What's going on, everybody? Whoop, that might have been a little bit loud. Sorry about that. What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are having a wonderful 4th of July week slash weekend. We got one movie that came out this week, and that is Jurassic World Rebirth. So, with that, let's go ahead and get to talking about it real quick. All right, so we had Jurassic World Rebirth come out this week, and it was okay. I just put out my review a little bit ago on Crosstalks Movies, so be sure to go check that out. Just a quick little 3-minute review. It's not. Uh, it's almost terrible. Like that's the best way to put it. The first half, the first hour, to me, absolutely sucks. It's so boring. You hate almost every single character except one. You realize that all of them are only in it for the money. And especially for Scarlett Johansson, like this didn't seem like a typical kind of character that she would play. Like I thought for sure she would be one of the ones that's like, no, like she wants to protect the dinosaurs. She wants to invest in the dinosaurs, but not necessarily make the fortune out of it. That is her character arc. Spoilers. That is her character arc throughout the movie. But I thought she was going to start that way and then kind of play the billionaire like while they're going along with it. He ends up getting eaten anyways. There's not too much about this movie that's redeemable except the last like I would say 40 to 60 minutes. This movie's 2 hours and 13 minutes. Absolutely unnecessary for it to be that long. 15 to 20 minutes should have been cut out. I don't think any Jurassic Park movie should be over 2 hours. This movie was terribly paced, but I will say the last 45 to like 50 minutes, 60 minutes maybe. It's about the two halves of the cast are split apart on the island and they're each getting attacked by different dinosaurs. About every 20 minutes, there's a new sequence of that. That part is awesome. So the back half, it saves the movie a lot for me. I think Gareth Edwards did a great job directing that. I think the visuals look great for how little time they had to make this movie. And so with that, that saves the movie from being terrible. Other than that, it's just literally an hour to like an hour and 15 minutes of just boring talking of I don't like this, I don't like that. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? What are we going to do with this when we get it? Blah 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 blah. It's very boring. So that's essentially what the movie was to me. Wasn't the biggest fan, but I will say I liked it better than Fallen Kingdom. Is that what the second Jurassic World was called? And Jurassic World Dominion. I did not like either of those movies at all. I was more bored in those movies than I was with this one. So I guess that's the plus side to it. I'd put it probably. I mean, to be fair, I haven't seen Jurassic Park 2 and Jurassic Park 3, so I can't really rank the Jurassic Park movies. But definitely the first one's the best one. I really liked the Jurassic World one, the very first one with Chris Pratt. It felt like just an updated version of Jurassic Park, in my opinion. So I actually really like that one. That's the one I had the most fun with in the theaters. So I'll put that one second. And then this is with me not seeing 2 and 3. And then this is just assuming that I would put Jurassic Park 3 third, Jurassic World Rebirth fourth, Jurassic Park 2 fifth, Dominion 6th, and Fallen Kingdom 7th. I think. No, there's some fun stuff in Dominion. I put Dominion at 6 and then Fallen Kingdom at 7. So that's just like a quick little ranking off the top of my head without seeing Jurassic Park 2 and 3. So that's not really fair to say. But either way, this one is out of 7. I'd say it's very middle ground. Jurassic Park Dominion could have been really good. There's a lot of really fun stuff in. I just did like I follow along like a rewatch or like a first time watch on a different YouTube channel, and so like seeing just like getting the gist of it. There's a lot of really fun stuff in that movie, but it just the overall that story's not good either, and they completely like misuse the original cast just like they did with Star Wars. It made no sense at all. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're talking about Jurassic Park Rebirth or Jurassic World Rebirth. There's nothing reborn about this movie at all. I don't understand why it's called Rebirth. Maybe it's just supposed to like I'm thinking maybe it's rebirth in the sense of like the suspense and the thrill and like the horror element of dinosaurs compared to all the other ones after Jurassic Park 1. Maybe. I do not know. I couldn't tell you. I don't think the director has said anything. I don't think the actors have said anything. Maybe it's just them trying to rebirth the franchise again. Who knows? But that part makes no sense. The acting, I mean, they're okay. Scarlett Johansson is not at her best in this movie. She's an Academy Award nominated actress. you would not have thought about it or guessed it from this. Same thing with Mahershala Ali. He's not bad, but his character is just irrelevant to the story. And Jonathan Bailey, to me, he's probably the best one. In there, he actually seemed the most like into it. Um, but other than that, man, I just Rupert Friend, he sucked. His character sucked too. He plays a lot of assholes and stuff. It kind of sucks. Um, who else? There's a family that's like the second half of the cast that are just kind of thrown in there. They're just a family on like a little mini vacation that got stuck with his team. I think they actually do the best job out of all the actors. They are the ones that go through the most suspenseful pieces of the movie. They're the ones that I believe they're acting quite a bit when they're scared, when they're afraid, when they're excited, when they're like cautious of what's going on around them. I believe them the most. But at the same time, they're just like, why are you part of the story? It was the exact issue of Jurassic World Dominion, where they had the original cast that just didn't really have anything to do but be there. That's what this second half of this cast is: this family and then the boyfriend of one of the daughters. But they're not bad. I think that they're one of the best parts. Still, Jonathan Bailey's character probably my favorite one out of all the characters. But that second half of the cast is good. It just I don't really understand why they're there. To be honest with you, they're there for a sequence in the movie that we see in the trailers with the little whale dinosaur. And if they had died, it would have made zero difference to the movie in that sequence. So at that point, like they should have just killed them off. But anyways, that was Jurassic World Rebirth for me. I would not see this movie again. I would accept this movie as a gift on physical media. I will not be going out of my way to buy it. But other than that, I gave it a 4.5 out of 10. Nothing too good, nothing too bad. Well, yeah, I guess it's pretty bad actually. Um, I don't want to see another one of these movies for a long time. This is now the third time in a row these movies have burned me, and I'm not even that big of a dino guy, anyways. So like, I even as a kid, I don't really remember being big into dinosaurs. I know like I liked dinosaur, like the movie, the Disney one. I I remember trying to watch Land Before Time, never really got into it. Um, but I didn't really care about Jurassic Park as a kid until I watched it for Jurassic World. So that was only what 10 years ago. So I don't know. I The next time one of these movies comes out, I'm probably not going to see it in theaters unless I hear a lot of really good things from a lot of people that I trust as far as like sources and stuff like that go. Or if it's like at an hour 50, an hour 45 kind of movie. Any movie, Jurassic movie that's past 2 hours, I will not be seeing again. Which sucks because I love going to see movies in the theaters, especially ones with big spectacle like this. Again, the last hour, really good stuff. If that last hour was like the first hour and then they had another like 45 minutes on top of that, then oh man, this movie would have been awesome. But like they what they need to do for the next one is take the best parts of this one and just emphasize on it throughout the whole film, and take the worst parts of this one and completely throw them away. Any throwaway characters you have, any stupid dialogue scenes, any jokes that are trying to be funny and are just not, get rid of all of them and leave them out. So that is Jurassic Rebirth for me. They should have been called Jurassic World Boats or Jurassic Boats, because most of this movie they spend on a goddamn boat, and it's really boring, man. It's really boring. So that's the most that I can say about that. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get into the box office of the week. So, with that, Jurassic World Rebirth did come in first place at the box office. So good for that movie. Grossed 91 million. I believe that's a little that might be just domestic. So but it's had a really good opening weekend. To be fair, it did have somewhat of a 5-day weekend. It opened on a Tuesday night going into a Wednesday. And then 4th of July, big holiday. Not many people go to the movies, but it is technically a holiday weekend. So it had a 5-day weekend essentially. Second place is F1 the movie, making 26 million. That's about a 54% drop. That's a little bit below the average drop of a second weekend movie, especially an Apple movie. This is technically Apple's first hit as far as like a theater film goes. So good for that movie. How to Train Your Dragon still in the top 5, even then in the top 3 after a month out, making $11 million. Elio, hey man, somehow a lot of people aren't liking this movie, but it's staying in like the top 5-10 of the box office. Elio's in 4th place with the 5.7 million. Still a flop for Pixar's sake, but who knows? It might have legs. 28 years later in 5th place at 4.6 million. Megan 2.0 with 3.8 million. Let's see. Lilo and Stitch still in the top 10 in its 7th week at 3.8 million. So it made the same as Megan 2.0 in its 7th weekend. Completely different audiences, but also yikes. Mission Impossible hanging in there in the top 10 with 3.28 million in its 7th week as well. The Materialist in 9th place with 1.3 million in its 4th week. In 10th place, rounding it out, Ballerina with 725,000 in its 5th week. That movie is already on digital. Again, huge mistake. Stop releasing it. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make a lot of money or not. Just keep it in the theater and see. Maybe it'll get a second wind. Maybe it'll get legs. Who knows? But stop putting this shit on digital when it's a month, 6 weeks out. That's ridiculous. So that is your top 10 of the domestic box office this weekend. Let's go ahead and check. I guess we could check the international numbers. I haven't done that in a while. Sometimes these get kind of weird. So let's see. International numbers for that. Okay, so they only have it for España and nothing else. That's kind of wild. Let's see. Huh. I wonder why they don't have why they have it for this weekend. Maybe they wait until the weekend's actually over. Because, yeah, but I mean, from last weekend, F1's going crazy all over the place. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and check the worldwide numbers since that was a bust. All right, worldwide box office. What in first place? Neza 2 at 1.89 million. Lilo and Stitch 2 at 972. It's creeping up on that Billy. It's so close. I think it is now on Disney Plus, though, so that's going to hurt its box office. Excuse me. A Minecraft movie at 954. Its theatrical run is done. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, 576 million. Theatrical run is not done yet, but it is coming up soon. How to Train Your Dragon, 5th place, 516 million. So there's potential it may not pass Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning, which is kind of surprising, but it's not done yet in the theaters, and I don't even think that they've announced a digital release date for it yet. So it could get up into the top 4 fairly soon. Captain America: Brave New World's theatrical run is done, 415 million. Thunderbolts, 7th place with 381 million. Theatrical run is done. Sinners, 364. Theatrical run is done. Jurassic World Rebirth. Holy shit. Jurassic World Rebirth is in 9th place on its one weekend, and it made $318 million worldwide. Oh my God. That is insane, guys. That is nuts. Holy shit. Foreign, it made $171 million, and internationally, it made almost $150 million. Almost $500 million in its first weekend. I did not expect this at all. I thought it was going to be around like 145 from worldwide. So, wow. Yeah, it doesn't matter how good or bad these movies are. They make gang loads of money. Holy shit. I'm like stunned right now. I'm speechless. F1, 293 million. I believe it's been out for 2 weeks, so it's approaching 300 million. So that's good for that movie. Unfortunately, it costs quite a bit of money. But if it's an Apple produced product, Apple makes so much money, it doesn't really matter. As long as they have a movie that people say is good, that's all they care about. They don't give a fuck how much money they spend. So that's your top 10 from the worldwide box office. Hey, man, if Superman's not good next week, which we'll get to in a second, if Superman's not good, Jurassic World is going to have a huge second weekend. And wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Snow White finally out of the top 10. Final Destination Bloodlines also out of the top 10. That theatrical run's about done too. So there's your worldwide box office of the year so far. As I mentioned, we're going to talk Superman in a sec. So let's go ahead and get on to it. So the movie's coming out this week. Superman is the biggest movie coming out this week. It is the only large release. Other than that, you have all these other little ones, like not little movies, but like they're B movies. Let's be real. Nobody's going to go see these movies. Maybe somebody will go see Don't Log Off because there's some familiar faces in there, like Ariel Winter, but nobody else is going to go see it. Everybody's going to be either seeing Superman, F1, or Jurassic World Rebirth. And also this weekend is the re-release of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I will be seeing that on Sunday next week, a week from today. I've never seen it like in one sitting, beginning to end, and I like seeing re-release movies in theaters, so I'll be seeing that as well as Superman. I'll be seeing Superman on Tuesday, so there's a chance I will have a full review out by Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. I'll most likely do Friday, just because that's when it releases to everybody worldwide. So with that, what do you think about these upcoming movies? Are you going to see any of these, or especially Superman? Are you going to be seeing it on? Are you getting the early press, or not press screenings, but like early free screenings tomorrow on Monday? Are you seeing the Amazon Prime screenings that I'm seeing on Tuesday? Are you seeing it opening night on Thursday, or opening weekend Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Let me know in the comments below. And with that, let me know also, did you see Jurassic World? Did you like Jurassic World? I'm not the biggest fan. I gave it about a 4.5 out of 10. I might be shifting to like a star rating because even I think 4.5 is a little high. I probably would have given it a 1.5 out of 5 stars, or a 2 maybe. Probably a 2. So I'm kind of tossing back and forth on that. But let me know, are you excited for the upcoming movie this week, Superman? With Jurassic World just having a $318 million worldwide box office, that's absolutely insane. I'll probably talk about that on Crosstalks Movie News Live tomorrow. That's absolutely insane. Do you think Superman will get anywhere near that? I do not think so. I think Jurassic World is going to hit pretty close to 500 million worldwide by next weekend, and Superman was probably only going to make about 150 worldwide at a max. But we'll see. We will see. So with that, that is it for Crosstalks Movies of the Week today. Thank you so much. Oops, hold on. Why is this there we go. So yeah, again, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, that joined in live real quick, that joined, or that's watched on the rewatch. I'll be back next week to talk One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Superman. So be sure to check that out and be on the lookout for me next week. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'll be back again tomorrow for Crosstalks Movie News Live and Crosstalks MMA News Live. I might only do just the movie one. It's my mom's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Mom. So I will be hanging out with them before I have to go into work, but I'm going to try to get both out. I haven't done the MMA news in a while. And then I'll be back Tuesday as well. Crosstalks Movie News. I try to do Crosstalks Movie News every single day, except for usually Fridays. I take off because I do this on Sundays. But we'll see. If there's something, I'm always down to talk about it. And then, of course, I'll be back next week Sunday, and be on the lookout for my review of Superman, coming at the earliest and latest, I guess, next Friday. I'll probably do an out of the theater reaction on Tuesday, and then full review on Friday. So be on the lookout for that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.